All right, there's been some talk about Detroit Lions using Jameson Williams as a gunner on special teams. Um, I don't know if they did use him as a gunner, but they said they are thinking about using him as a gunner, and a lot of people think it's a bad idea. I mean, you literally want to limit his snap count. You want to limit his snap count as a receiver, but then want to put him in as a gunner, which reeks of SOL. Okay, that's what it reeks of. It reeks of, same old lion, of overthinking, overplaying stuff. Overthinking, overpaying stuff, playing stuff, and it's the stupidest stuff in the world. Why would you risk this kid as a gunner? And check out Detroit Lions Talk Players, more videos like this. Why would you risk this kid as a gunner? Special teams, the reason why they trying to get rid of kick return and punt returns and that type of stuff, moving the touchback, you can do a touchback inside of what is the 5 or the 10 or whatever now, is because the majority of injuries, a lot of injuries happen on special teams. Have you never played special teams? It's a very fast and violent part of football. It might be the fastest and most violent. They got rid of the wedge. Remember the 3 or 4 man wedge? You could hold hands and clear out a whole bunch of defenders coming in. They got rid of that. And eventually most people think, the return game is going to be obsolete. At least the kick return. And punt return is vicious. It takes a special type of human being to go out there, return kicks. They done things to, the fair catch. They done things to make it less violent, but it's going to be as violent as possible. So you got him gunning down, looking to tackle people at full speed, knowing that he can get injured on something that's secondary. It ain't even secondary. Remember Michigan put Ronnie Bell on kick return last season and got injured, and he could have helped them, make the season a lot easier on Cade McNamara. Could be the difference between Cade McNamara winning the national championship and not. I still don't think he what he once was before the injury, yet. So I don't really understand, the rationale of putting your best player in kick return. Only in situations where it deems, if the game went on the line, like Deshaun Watson versus the Giants a few years ago, I understand that. Only in special spots, but not coming off an ACL injury. I probably wouldn't think about putting him on kick return for years. Honestly, coming off the ACL, you gave up too many assets. You gave up too many assets to acquire him. He too important. You got too many guys that you have drafted or you acquired to Detroit that hasn't contributed. You can't risk this kid on special teams. And I think everybody thinking the same thing. If you're gonna risk him going down the field. I don't think people want to see him on no end rounds. I don't think people want to line him up in the backfield. I don't think people want to see him on no double reverses. I don't really think people want to see him right now in the quick screen game. I don't think people want to see him like that in those situations. You can say, well, anything can happen in football, but by putting him in some of those situations, kick return, reverses, handoffs, the short screen game, you increase his chances of getting injured. You really increase his chances of getting injured more and more. So that's something that's grinding people's gears. Like, why would you put him on special teams? Return game, gunner, nothing. He shouldn't be touching the field in special teams. It's too dangerous. And no matter how much he can help the team this year, unless you win in the Super Bowl, it's not that important, going forward as an asset. He's too important as an asset. You think about he could be the difference, and him and Bryce connecting together once again in the pros. He could be the difference. Well, Lamar, whoever come here, he could be the difference between Jared Goff making a return to the Super Bowl next year. I'm not saying that's what I'm headed to. I'm jumping on the hype gravy train, but I say he could be that type of difference maker. Real talk. He could be that type of difference maker. So, like I continue to say, that's not the smartest thing that they've thought of. Not putting them out there. Too many stuff can happen. Too many guys on special teams trying to feed their family and keep a job. Just, to me, it's not in his best interest, and it's not in our best interest moving forward. If you out there got him on limited snap count, you just want to get him acclimated. Build him up a little bit by little bit. And if he started to get into a rhythm, then you can't stop him. Right now, you got other healthy receivers out there, and they too valuable. You seen the difference between not having most of them out there healthy versus New England and having them healthy versus other games. When they most of them healthy in the first half or the first part of the Minnesota game, it's a well-oiled machine. They clicking on all cylinders. So you finally getting Shark healthy. You finally getting Swift healthy. You finally getting some of these dudes healthy. You easing Jameson Williams in. 6 games, 5 more to go for him. At some point, he's going to start to hit somewhat of a rhythm. At some point, if he stay healthy, he's going to get confident. If you're gonna make a run at the playoff, like I said, every week is a playoff game. If you're gonna make a run at the playoffs, and get there, he might be a very integral part. He might be a wild card. Let DeAndre Swift get healthy. Might be a wild card. When his Pistons hitting on all cylinders, this team a totally different football team. And that's why it's important. A lot of people feel 2 things got to happen. They got to get a mobile quarterback, and they got to find a running back with that explosiveness that they can depend on. But DeAndre Swift can right his wrongs at the end of the season. If he come strong at the end of the season, give Jamal Williams a breather, and they both hit the ground running, for the postseason, they make it that far, and the NFC East being as competitive as it is, I'm not surprised because they schedule easy. Shit, we was on their schedule. They schedule easy. So they've been one of the worst conferences. Got a lot of assets and draft picks out there. CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Smith, just a number of guys. Until Wan'Dale Robinson got injured in New York. Plethora of assets and picks. Some good coaches coming in the NFC East. Dan Quinn, and whoever the Eagles coach is. So yeah, but I don't think it's smart for putting him at gunner. But each week is a playoff week, and I think the more he plays, and naturally he gonna get a foot. And I think it's more about next year than this year. So next season, not if they make the playoffs, but next season. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. Go live and drop a video. I gotta pick my beard off. I'll get a chance to do it while I'm on break. But check out Shirt Lines Talk for more videos like this. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Spotify and Anchor only, excuse me. I gotta do more lives. But other than that, let me know in the comment section. Peace.